ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa káàkiri gbogbo ibi tí ẹ ti ń wò wá bó lójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí. Now ẹ̀yin èèyàn, mo sáré fẹ́ mú nǹkan kan wá fún wa. Mo fẹ́ ká jọ wo fídíò yìí. Analysis kan sí ìkan nínú àwọn tí wọ́n dúró dáadáa lórí ọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad ń tó sọ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ó ṣe DNA kò ṣe DNA. Tẹ́ ẹ bá gbàgbé ní nǹkan bí ọjọ́ bíi mélòó sẹ́yìn ni wọ́n ní lọ́ọ̀yà Wunmi jáde o wípé àwọn ti ṣe tán o, àwọn fẹ́ ṣe DNA o, tí sà mátamọ́ tí ń sọ tí ò kàn tí ẹ̀ jọra wọn. Now Madam Abiodun Lawal wá ṣe analysis kan níbi tí ìyá yìí tó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Mohbad wípé bẹ́ẹ̀ bá gbàgbé nígbà tó di pé ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad yóò níyàwó àbí ò níyàwó, ó bímọ kò bímọ, tí wọ́n fi lọ ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ ìgbọ́mọjáde ìsọmọlórúkọ jàre ní ọ̀dọ̀ bàbá ọkọ tó jẹ́ pé bòmí ìná gbé lọ. Màmá yẹn ṣe analysis yẹn tó deep gan, ẹ̀yìn yẹn súnmọ́ bí. Now kì í wá ṣe yẹn nìkan, DNA tí wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe ń sìn ibo ganan ti fẹ́ ṣe, kí náà sọ gangan lórí ẹ̀, gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá ni màdámù yìí ni wọ́n gbìyànjú láti yànnàná àti láti sọ àwọn ẹ̀kúnrọ́rọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ kan lórí ẹ̀. Àwọn kan ní Wunmi, ṣé Wunmi ni ṣá? Wù wọ́n torí kò wù èmi, ìwà rẹ̀ ò wù mí, ayé rẹ̀ ò wù mí jàre, kò wù mí. Wù wọ́n ni ẹjá mọ̀ pé ń wù wọ́n, ẹjá mọ̀ pé ń wù wọ́n, káyé mọ̀ pajá lọ́bọ̀ fúnra wa. Now ọ̀rọ̀ wù wọ́n ó ti wá ó tún lágbára díẹ̀. Àwọn bàbá wa wọ́n sọ nǹkan kan, wọ́n ní bí irọ́ bá lọ lógún ọdún ọjọ́ kan báyìí òótọ́ máa bá. Now ẹjá jọ wo fídíò yìí, tá a bá jọ wò ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo fẹ́ gbìyànjú láti sọ gbogbo atótónu mi ayé èèyàn wa, ẹ má jẹ́ rojọ́ pọ̀, ẹ bá mi share kó dọ́dọ̀ àwọn èèyàn wa pẹ̀lú, pàápàá jùlọ àwọn abiyamọ tí wọ́n dúró lóde ayé wípé àwọn fẹ́ mọ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ o sí Mohbad. Èmi sì mọ̀ bí ọ̀rọ̀ dé dúró yìí, irọ́ ò lè lọ títì, irọ́ lè dọ́jà kó má ta wìrìwìrì, bóòtọ́ bá wọlé dé báyìí ìṣẹ́jú kan ni yóò bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní kùtà ni. Mo gbóṣù bá káre fún gbogbo ẹ̀yin abiyamọ tẹ́ dúró lórí ìdájọ́ òdodo fún Mohbad. Lágbára Ọlọ́run ọmọ gbogbo wa ò ní sọ́kú lójú wa láṣẹ Èdùmàrè. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n gbé màdámì yẹn wọlé kí wá gba àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tí màdámì yẹn sọ, fọ́nrán yẹn lélẹ̀.
Tẹ́ ẹ bá lè rí àmì ṣe gbogbo ogun tó lóhùn ní gbọ́ tó lóhùn ní gbà lórí ayé yín, iná agbára Ọlọ́run máa jó dànù. Kí lè nǹkan tẹ́ ń là kọjá tó dàbí pé ẹ ti wá ọ̀nà àbáyọ ṣùgbọ́n tí ẹ ti rí ọ̀nà àbáyọ, ẹ ti pàdé wòlíì yín ló fà, ṣùgbọ́n arán mi sí ọ lónìí dádì, arán mi sí ọ lónìí mọ́mì. Olúwa lòun fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan ńlá nínú ayé yín. Olúwa sọ wípé gbogbo tẹ́ ń là kọjá yẹn òun fẹ́ fi òpin sí. Kí nìkan tẹ́ ń là kọjá lórí ìgbéyàwó ni, lórí ọmọ ni, lórí iṣẹ́ ni, níbi gbogbo ni, bóyá ogun kan ló dàbí pé ogun yẹn le, ẹ ti gbìyànjú kò tí ì sí ọ̀nà àbáyọ. Ẹ jẹ́ àjọ gbàdúrà, ẹ jẹ́ àjọ wá ojú Olúwa, kí làṣírí ogun yẹn gangan, ẹ jẹ́ àjọ wádìí lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run ká dẹ̀ mọ ọ̀nà àbáyọ. Ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ fi pè mí fún àdúrà àti ọ̀nà àbáyọ òun náà ni +234 70 25 47 5427 +234 70 25 47 5427. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń pè mí fún àdúrà lórúkọ Jésù ẹ máa rí ìyanu.
But before I go into the issue of the paternity at the court, I would like to give some brief introduction. Number one, ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ sọ̀rọ̀ experience Baba Mohbad pẹ̀lú Liam. Ṣẹ́rí ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dẹ̀ ni mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo wa ká fi gún ara wa. Okay, so let's first of all evaluate or re-evaluate Baba's experiences with baby Liam. And I want us to now judge at the end of the day if this request is justified or not. Number one, when baby Liam was born, Baba Mohbad understand that. Don't forget that the late Mohbad is also in his prime. He's a young dude of 26, 27 years. Ọmọ kékeré náà ni. And Baba would expect that some things might not be known by him. He won't know how to do some things. This is not a case of Baba teaching him how to sleep with his wife now. You see, all those things come naturally. But when you birth a child, how to bury a placenta is not something that will come to you naturally. You might probably need to be guided. If not by your parents, by people you look up to, or by your mentors or your guardian, or at worst, Google could tell you how best to go about burying a placenta. I do not think that is a knowledge that comes to you naturally. So, Baba with his age, don't forget, maturity might not come with age. But there is one thing that comes with age, experience. And that experience is the best teacher. So, even if we are going to say Baba is not mature, which some people have said, but don't forget, Baba is experienced. Baba has birthed not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. So, Baba, would you have that experience on how to bury a placenta? So, in this case, Baba has experience. I'm not talking about maturity now. So, I want you to pick it one by one. So, Baba will ordinarily think that when Liam was born, baby Liam was born, Baba did not, Baba would expect that Mohbad would not know how to bury. Hence, the reason why there was a conversation, whether it was Mohbad who initiated the conversation, or it was Baba who initiated the conversation, it doesn't matter at this point. This is a father-son relationship. So anybody could have initiated a conversation. So, do you know how, we were not there. It was what we were told. Maybe the conversation was, do you know how to bury the placenta? Or daddy, how do I bury the placenta? Whatever the question was, there was a conversation that was initiated. And they said, come, let me teach you. I will show you how to do it. After some minutes, Baba expected that, or after some hours, are you not coming again? Then he told daddy, don't bother, we have sorted it out. How did you sort it out? My wife's mother have taken it. Baba being maybe the simple person that he is. Because I know this for sure. If it is in my husband's house, you cannot try it, because that day you will go back to that your mother's house. I know that.
Please, which state are you from? Sorry. Which state are you from?
I'm from Ondo, and I'm Ondo town.
I mean,
I'm married into Ijebu family.
okay. All right. Go ahead.
Mrs. Abiodun, I want to know. Me too, I'm from Ondo. I marry Ijebu.
Àwọn ìyàwó mi ni ẹ̀yin méjèèjì. Ìyàwó mi ni ẹ̀yin méjèèjì.
I'm telling you, ma. So, if you do that, you will go back and you will follow your mother. I remember when I had my son, my mom came the second day I birthed my child. But she stayed at a distance. She was watching my mother-in-law do everything. Except she's invited. Tí wọ́n bá pè wọ́n síbẹ̀, Mom say my dúró sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ wọn ní dá sí. Mom say we not quickly go and bath my child in the morning, because it is not our place. She was there because I am a very oju ẹni oju. She has to be there. But that doesn't mean that she doesn't know what is right. So when they said, my mother-in-law had taken the placenta, in their simple nature, and they let it go. Experience number 1. I want you to please hold that. Number 2, when it was time for naming ceremony, everybody knows. Àfi ẹni tó bá jẹ́ pé ó fẹ́ máa tẹ ojú àwọn ilé ọkọ ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀. It is cultural in Yoruba land. If you are a son, your first child, that naming ceremony will happen in the child's grandfather's house. Go and ask anywhere. That is how it is done. The only reason why it might not happen that way is if you reside in another country or another state, even if you stay in another state, wherever you are, they will still do their own naming ceremony in Nigeria. My immediate sister-in-law, the wife before me, when she gave birth in the UK, I didn't know that they were supposed to celebrate and do our naming in grandfather's house. I didn't know, and I didn't attend. I know that they called me into family meeting that I did not come for naming. Then I was surprised that, but she's not here. But I didn't know. Maybe if my mother had informed me that that is the way it is done, maybe I would have done better. So the naming ceremony was not done in Baba Mohbad's house. Experience number 2. Let me tell you the implication of that. You see, when Baba Mohbad will inform his friends, my son gave birth, they would have been asking Baba Mohbad, so when is our naming taking place? Because they will expect that no matter who you are, I followed my friends who stay on the island to Ikorodu to go and do naming. When we were just starting and started giving birth, even though we will come back to Lekki to come and run party, but we will still go to the father's house where the naming will take place. In one of Mohbad's interview, she said something. Mohbad, you are one of the reasons to Mohbad in the first place. How dare you make it your place that when they want to do naming, they must go to your house? You are also a wife in Baba Mohbad's house. If you acknowledge your in-law, you will not say something like that. You will even have informed Ilerioluwa that this is the way it is done in Yoruba land. Exactly. Please keep it experience number 2. Now to name a child. Baba said, I am naming this child Victor. Can Wunmi present Liam's birth certificate if you will find Victor there? I know that this in Yoruba land, you will call your child the name you want to call the child as parents. And your parents will give name. In my side, or the place I'm married to, my parents are not allowed to give their child the name. And we know our place, we stayed there. They will not send name. They will tell them that their own son, they should go and give it name. But here, it's the father-in-law and the mother-in-law. So my son's name is the first name we gave him. Middle name is his English name or baptismal name, and the third name is the name given to him by his grandfather. That is how it is done in Yoruba land. You see, a lot of people, and I see one thing, and I'm going to quickly say this to as many people who have misled Wunmi. I will tell you something for free tonight. You see, when you work with people, and you are lying to the person might be enjoying it for a while, but give it a little time. That person will grow and evolve. When the person evolves, the person will realize that you are lying to them. And by the time you will not be able to mend it. You lied to this girl that she's legally married, that she has the right to go to court.
Build your voice so till lole. I don't know what to do.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
Okay, so sorry. Okay, so you lied to her and told her she has every right to bury her husband. With that bragado, she went to court. And they told her point blank that she should go back home and meet her father-in-law. You told her that she doesn't have to do DNA. Look at where it has landed her. You see, the role of Agbalagba, Yoruba man sọ wípé ẹ má bínú to apologies to people who are older here. Ẹ má bínú ó ṣe bí òwe. Àgbà ò kí ń wà lọ́jà. Kórí ọmọ tuntun owó ni mo gbọ́. You are expected to lead this girl right. Now push has come to shove. Gbogbo yín ẹ yọwọ́ sẹ́yìn. Ẹ dẹ̀ dá ọmọ lọ́mọ sí free. Ẹ dá gìrìgìrìgìrì. Ẹ dá sínú free. And look at where you have landed her today. When I I don't know if I mentioned it on Yeye's platform before. You cannot say that Baba Mohbad does not have a right to ask for paternity. I don't know who is deceiving you. And she doesn't have rights. The people who are not lawyers, people who have not gone to law school, people who have not read even a single book on law, they became more experienced than more experienced than the corona. Just like some people are claiming that the corona judge, she's incompetent, she's inexperienced. And I wonder where that one is coming from. Because corona cases are not like criminal cases. They don't happen all the time in Lagos. Apart from the Oromoni's case, how many cases of inquest have you had in Lagos State? So no matter who is appointed on this case, will probably as inexperienced as the judge of the matter. That is even a talk for another day. But what I'm saying in essence, that to come up and say that Baba Mohbad does not have the rights to to ask for DNA. There are so many
God's favorite
instances or events that could make a judge grant Baba Mohbad the DNA test. Number one, when Mohbad died, you see, when you have a celebrity or anyone dies in Nigeria, you will see the family issuing a public statement. The family is saying, oh, with deep regret or deep sorrow, we, the entire family of so and so, announce the death of so and so. They can now plead with the public and say, why this is painful to us, we want to mourn in private, we want to handle everything in private. Look at when this gospel musician died. Despite the fact that there were so many circumstances, stories around his death, the family pleaded for privacy. And they said, let us mourn our death in private. He was buried in private. I think close family members were the one, even though he was a celebrity. So number one, the way Mohbad died and the way his death was announced, it's not the responsibility of OG and the responsibility of Ade West. Whoever has told those people to go ahead and expose or to proclaim or to announce the death of Mohbad to the public, you are number one, not close family members. And when you met Mohbad, you probably must have met his father. Mohbad was not dropped from motherless baby's home. It is not the responsibility of OG. OG is just Mohbad's employee, his photographer. Ade West is a fan that Mohbad brought from a show and brought home. So why do you think that it was in your place to announce the death of Mohbad to the public? Number one way they have goofed, it is the announcement, because Baba's team was able to prove that even his death was not announced by the family. There must be motive, number one. Number two, look at the circumstances surrounding Mohbad's death. And you think that a court will not in any way grant the DNA. They will grant it. Because when you have seen that all odds are against you, don't forget, when Mohbad died, or his 1 year anniversary, for example, we see Wunmi organizing a private prayer or 1 year anniversary. You are doing that without the family. She was suffering Mohbad Jabola Tomoni. I don't know. You see, the place of a wife, some of us have been married. I've been married for 17 years plus. And there are methods and methodologies that I apply to stay in this house. Except you want to go and dale Moshu, you are deceiving yourself, you are going nowhere. You see Yeye say so many times, oh, I'm in London in my sister-in-law's place. I am this in my sister-in-law's place, because you must do family. There is no way about it. You want to exist in silo, yet you want your son to be a lover. You want to exist alone, yet you claim they are his people. How do you take your people How do you take their child away from his people? There are so many of your actions and reactions that will make the court gravitate towards granting them that DNA right to go and perform it. So please, if you have been deceiving this girl, stop deceiving her. And this is my point of advice to women. Women, go back to family. Go back home. Because anybody fair, nobody can love you. Nobody can cover you like family. I'm so surprised that Karima Tomono Taleni should have been your best shield. But they helped you to destroy the relationship you have with your sister. Go back home. There's nothing you can do. And at the end of the day, you see, maybe if you guys have plans for that DNA, it's not going to work. Because there will always be 2 steps ahead. I'm telling you. So whatever plan they have about that DNA, it won't stand. I can beat my chest tonight. It won't stand. So the court has even they said, okay, Wunmi agreed to do the DNA. If she hadn't agreed, the court was going to grant the permission for that DNA to be done. And it will be carried out. And it will be carried out. That DNA will be conducted. In fact, I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words. In that regard, you can't call Liam and Aloba, and the family will not be sure that the child, given by all these actions, side thoughts, reactions, and everything, that they would want to conduct a DNA. And there is no court who will not grant them such request. No court. So it's good you submitted, and you're going to do it before the court grants. Because that might be bad, for you. But thank God you said, okay, according to your lawyer, I wasn't there. I wasn't at the court that day. Do you understand? I listened to other people, so I will not be able to say some facts categorically. And I wasn't there because I thought it was a family court that is strictly for family. And I wanted to respect that and their privacy. If I'd known that it was open to the public, like on Monday, October 28th, I will be in the state of proceeding, whatever. I'll be there on Monday. Then I can give, a first-hand position about what has happened. But as far as I know about DNA, I was so sure before now that the court was going to grant.
Yeah, I said so.
They were going to grant it.
Yeah, I was very sure that they were going to grant it.
There's no way around that. Thank you.
So now, I just wanted them to understand that the lawyer coming out to say they just decided to do it, so it doesn't look like, of course they know the court was going to grant it. There are so many things. Yeah, the court will.
The court, I have it on good record that the court was going to grant it. So in order not to, they have to play. You have to play your own game too.
Yeah.
They have to really come out and agree they were going to do it because the court was going to grant. But it's better she did because that would have put her, up for more TikTok conversations if the court had granted. But it lessened the tempo and the effects and the aftermath because she agreed to go and do it.
Yeah.
But the court was going to grant.
Yeah, because that was it. That's to me a very good development because that alone, doing that DNA, because when Baba said he wanted it and he agreed to people suggesting it and he said, yeah, it makes sense. Yes, they should follow what the public is saying. Now, if you had agreed to doing this thing, we won't even be where we are now. All this analysis that Biodo have to, if you had just agreed to do it, like she rightly said, a lot of people are misleading you. A lot of people are misleading you. They are not telling you. They are not telling you the truth.
Please, so our auntie Yayawo, please stop using this girl for content. Hope you are preparing your daughter for marriage.
And auntie Yayawo.
About wedding. No, we're excited. Prepare for wedding.
Tani.
Who prepare you for marriage? Don't go and do that rubbish in husband's house. But she
Kaleni no.
You have to honor your husband's father. You have to honor your husband's mother. As a wife, if you are going to stay there, if you go to the husband's house and go and climb on them and say, "Minimoni, you won't colony 1 year any." That's the reality. They borrowed you. You got him on track to say, for example, look at when Karima celebrated her birthday. Her mother-in-law sent her a message. She was proud to show it. She was say ìyàwó dáadáa nílé àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀. I don't know gbogbo nǹkan tí Karimo ṣe yìí. She's doing it because they gave her support. Ó ṣe dáadáa sílé ni. And what I was saying is, Sherry Wunmi this ọwọ́, but àwọn tó wá ti surround there ní gbogbo ìgbà tí wọ́n surround there. Wọ́n wọ àwọn tó wà bá ń bu petrol sí. Ṣé mi bí ọmọdé lè níwà tí kò tọ́? But àgbàlagbà wà ńbẹ̀ láti
Tọ́sọ́nà.
I expected Iyabo Ojo to have used her influence to have put this girl on the right path. Ẹ wá fẹ́ máa ṣe kí ló ní wọn ìkòkò tún máa lè tẹ̀ nǹkan. Ẹ fi ọmọ lọ́mọ ẹ mọ̀ pé anybody will be interested to see Liam and Wunmi.
Lady Biodu, do you know that the people that are supporting her, most of them they are based abroad. So there is to say that people abroad that they cannot, that the women are more superior, people that are abroad, that are married, that are with their husband. So that's the pattern that they are trying to play for her.
And that's a mistake, ẹ má jẹ́ ká, èmi ò mọ̀ pé nǹkan tí wọ́n máa ń sọ fún yín nìyẹn o. Irọ́ ni o, ẹ jẹ́ n sọ tòótọ́ fún yín.
Even saying to a point that even if it was Mohbad that requested for that DNA when he's alive, that he has to go and get a court order, and he must not even do it behind her. He has to take permission from her before he do it.
Okay, with that
crime and investigation network now.
No, do you know? No, let me tell you people one thing. That they probably do not understand in family law. Number one, from beginning, I have said it here and I will repeat it. And some of you have asked that question. When you are legally married, it's different from when you are under customary law. There are two under the act in Nigeria. You understand? Marriage under the act is legal. Yeni iteman sheni Ikoyi registry. Unfortunately, Mohbad and Wunmi, they had not gotten to, they were about to, before the demise of Mo. So, engagement here and niwoshe, kini wọ́n máa pè customary lo wa, engagement traditional niwoshe. It is marriage, but it is not under the act. Òun under customary law, everybody knows it. Àwọn bàbá ọkọ, òun ni olórí ẹbí. The moment tí Mohbad ti kú, sadly. Are you getting me? So therefore, you cannot be married under the act, and then they will take you under customary law. Customary law permits more than one woman as wife. Wọ́n kàn máa ń sanwó dowry ni. Wọ́n kàn máa ń san dowry ni traditional marriage. Ó dàbí nìkáì ni. That is why they do not recognize it nílùú òyìnbó. Tó bá wà married customary. I got married customary. I did traditional everything, but I did my registry in this country, here in Ireland. Why am I saying it? I did Bible, if you know how many places tell me were sealed. Yeah, but o matter, yeah. Oh, in the Old Testament, one bear, baba ti gbọ́, ìyá ti gbọ́, yeah, marriage ni, but lè gbé wọ family law, lè gbé wá síbẹ̀, recognize here. That is why tó jẹ́ pé ìgbà tí Mohbad kú, bàbá Mohbad lẹ́nu ń bẹ̀. Ení, èjì. Ọmọ yẹn wá kú, ó tún wá kú, bàbá ẹ̀ wà láyé, ìyá ẹ̀ wà láyé. You understand? Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí. Wọ́n gbọ́dọ̀, even if it's legally not wọ́n marry, ìyá àti bàbá should and must be informed pé ọmọ wọn ti kú. It is not in the position of Wunmi and the lawyer and Darosha and Adura to do anything before and Ade West before the father. We be tí wọ́n ti goof nìyẹn. Gbogbo wọn goof gan. Wọ́n goof bàjẹ́. So all those things, they will grant, they will grant DNA because in law, when like the postmortem, the autopsy toxicology came back inconclusive, they will try and find out if by doing the DNA, probably if they discover that Liam is the child of Mohbad, good. But if it comes out that it's otherwise, then they will be able to say, there is a motive. Because that is one reason why they must grant it. Assuming the court sits on that case, grant it. Because they have to find out if there is a motive. Motive. There's something we call motive in law. When they want to shut up, so say, whoa, ring kakon. Assuming they saw it, there's probability that they won't even go the route of this DNA anymore. This DNA is coming because escape, they must do it. It will be granted in the courts. It must be granted because they have to. There's everything seemingly looking like something went wrong in that house, but nobody knows the truth. And every cry, shout, every way to get them to say the truth. This one is saying a different thing. Wunmi told us a different thing. Go and read the CTC. We analyze the CTC. Adura is saying a different thing. Spending is saying a different thing. Lifestyle is saying a different thing. Darosha is saying, and mind you, all these people were together in the same spot. Prime Boy is saying a different thing. So how do you think they will only act on the people that are close and round about Mohbad? And the first one is, the question is, oh, Wunmi and Mohbad, they were having heated argument in the car that day. And they wanted to throw away Wunmi and the boy out. Okay, for this reason, they would want to do, okay, let's see. Let's do a DNA. That's number one way of finding out something. If you want to do criminal law, detective. That's how they do. Okay, Taba clear Liam, what to moon call me. It is all about trying to find out. She woke pa Mohbad ni. So, I said it before. I said, "Ko Wunmi, ko so no late ni dollar." In the end, the court will still grant it. So the lawyer, in fact, the lawyer even saying brekete, saying that brekete is the court. Before brekete even came into the matter, Wunmi had refused DNA now. Wunmi had refused DNA.
Yeah. So even if you are legally married now, that means the legal marriage supersedes all the other marriage that you did, the traditional.
Of course, legal marriage is when the court will act on behalf of you in everything in marriage.
So had it been Wunmi is legally married to Mohbad now, they might not grant this DNA at all.
No, they most likely going to grant it too. Ask me why. It still boils down to how the mysterious way Mohbad died. Have you seen in North America, abroad, everywhere, you will hear stuff like insurance a fraud, whereby a man, a husband will buy the wife, you know, all those husband will buy the wife will buy husband, especially men, they always buy women. You understand? Because of their life insurance. And so for this reason, if such things comes up and they think, okay, a woman pay your husband, and they are suspecting that maybe they can decide if the family raise up that bro that I won't suspect it, and blah blah blah. They will just do it to clear the air. This is criminal law. That's investigation in one way. They will do it to clear any motive. Abibai. Not that because you are legally married or not legally married. But most of the time, when you are legally married, you understand, they probably will not bring up issues like this. Do you understand? They probably will not bring us with that. If they pay our family or ro nkankan kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n gbọ́ tó jọ mọ́ pé, you know, kó àwọn ọmọ àwọn ọwọ́ nínú. Do you get what I mean, said? So it's a situation of good evening, sir. Good evening. It says good evening. You're welcome, Mr. King. Not long time. So it can still be granted, but it all depends. Situations warrant whatever need be done. Do you understand? So it can still be granted. It's still about the fact that there's suspicion. That's demise of Mohbad cause for suspicion. Then wo wá tún gbé wá àwọn go ahead. Pathologists who are so inconclusive.
And look at what the pathologist, in fact, he was sweating. It got to a point that because you brought before the court an inconclusive report. That is why you boldly say, as far as I'm concerned, that whenever. Hello? Yes, sir.
Network.
No, yeah, we can hear you, Mr. King.
There's something I wanted to ask you. I hope these guys won't. I hope they won't play around us again with this DNA issue.
No, sir.
They won't play around the way they've done.
No, anyway, I don't know, Sham. They agreed to read themselves.
I said no. This one, no. No. Trust me, no. Yeah, I'll call you and tell you behind, but no.
I understand.
No, they can't. They can't. No.
I don't think they can.
No,
I don't think they can. There's more to read than you people understand. I don't think they can. They will do it. It's not Baba Mohbad that is doing it. Oh, it's the courts.
There are some recognized hospitals that carry out DNA and things like this in Lagos State. Number one. These are reputable hospitals. I'm not speaking for them. That is one side. But that is not the side of Baba Mohbad's plan. No. But let me just say generally. You see? So a St. Nicholas will not bring down their reputes because
Line.
they would rather not release the reports. You see, when you have a report submitted to the court, it's not signed, it's not stamped.
Okay, but do you trust?
No, let her conclude. Let her land.
No, it's okay for her to ask questions.
Okay.
I do not trust them. But this is to Your Excellency, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu.
No, me, I don't trust Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. My own why I love what the lawyer said is that you can seek second, third opinion. They said Baba Mohbad can seek second, third opinion. You understand? So it's not a matter of only that what the court is doing. There will be second, third opinion.
Several opinions.
Yeah.
I don't think opinions. There will be multiple.
Exactly. So
She's free to take. The court is free to take their sample. Wunmi will take her sample. The family will take their sample. It's so simple. So they will all take their sample. They will all take their sample.
Sorry.
we can hear you.
I have a question for you. Is it
Yes,
true?
sir.
Is it true? We don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a fake news or it's real. Is it true that Wunmi is pregnant again?
I'm not sure about that as well. I heard it as a rumor, so
It's not true, Jare, Amanda.
I'm not sure.
Okay.
All those ones, it doesn't even concern.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it because even if she was, And everybody should learn. When you go to your husband's house, only a lot of only of this. After the perfect father, still a mommy and daddy.
Can I
Yes, sir.
Let me
Yes,
just
sir.
tell you the fact about Wunmi. The fact about Wunmi
Yes,
is
sir.
like this. She's been a street girl for many years. So that is what the same character and the same behavior she did herself through. Even during the rough girl. These are rough girls. These are rough girls.
Araba TV, ojú wa tó lé, ojú wa tó kó.